Hello, hello, it's Jules. Hello. Hello, everyone popping on. So good to see y'all. Hi, Wonderwood Soul. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Michaela. So good to see everyone today. Some of you must already know. I choose from people who are liking and sharing my live to give a card read to. So I want to thank everyone who is sharing my live. I appreciate you. Later on in the live, I will do Spirit Led. Of course, Spirit Led is exactly what it sounds like. Hi, Monique. I just start bringing up spirits and then you claiming them. All right, I want to thank everyone who is sharing my live. Sissy, I'm going to give you a reading here. I'm going to ask you to go live. Okay. So Sissy, if you could request to go live with me, down at the bottom is the pink and the blue person. Choose to go live with me or request to go live with me. There you go. And I will accept. Hi, Sissy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Here, let me turn you up. There we go. That's a beautiful picture you have for your profile picture. Did you
Thank
take
you.
that yourself?
I did out my front door.
Ah, that's beautiful. Where do you live? You live in the South somewhere, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in Alabama.
Alabama. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. All right. Do you want a specific question answered or do you want just a general read?
In general.
All right, let's do that. So for those of you watching, I just say Sissy's name until the cards tell me to stop shuffling. And then there we go, right there. It said stop. Let's see what we got going on here. Card's a little bit sticky today. Oh, interesting. We're kind of all over the place with the energy. Lots of charging and lots of like charging forward energy and also work energy. So you must have a lot going on at work. Do you have a lot going on at work?
A lot going at work and at home.
Yes. This is instantly when you came up, I always tap the person, just to see what kind of energy is around them. And I honestly thought the reading was going to be about her home. But when I asked why it wasn't about home, because I could feel a lot of home energy around you, I just hear you already know what's going on there. It's just kind of it's waiting for you to make decisions before anything can happen. Like you already know what's going on there.
Okay.
Now with the work energy going on, there's someone like the first card that comes up with the Seven of Swords. You can see he's running away with the swords. And this is about someone getting away with something, someone kind of acting strategically. So behind the scenes, someone is kind of maneuvering. You know how sometimes in businesses, it's like people are playing chess with what's going on. And that's what I see going on at your work. You are not necessarily going to be affected by that negatively. Your job is safe. I'm seeing that after that is the Eight of Pentacles, which is just because you have high standards for your work. You are diligent with your work. You always cross your T's and dot your I's. And you're one of the very rare people that can work quickly and also work with precision. Most people that work quickly are not good with the detailed things. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Makes a lot of sense.
And so your job is very secure because you do both. You're able to work quickly and keep the details and cross all your T's and dot your I's. There are I'm feeling you having to defend yourself a little bit coming up with just the way you feel like the business needs to go. And
Okay.
it's not like someone's telling you anything different. It's just because of the expertise you have, I hear you saying, no, this needs to happen. We need to do this. And you are going to be listened to.
Okay.
The next card is the Knight of Pentacles, which for anyone who reads cards knows that you really tap them intuitively also. There's going to be some opportunities coming your way, but I'm not sure you're going to want to take them because they're going to be a lot more responsibility. And you're not sure that you want that added responsibility.
Yeah, I don't need no more stress.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing because you're going to have an opportunity coming your way. Now, you work from home currently?
I do.
Because I'm not seeing, if you took this new opportunity, I'm seeing you being able to work from home some, but not 100%. And I'm not sure you want to give that up.
Oh no, I don't want to give that up. I start work at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm done by Thursday at 10 o'clock. I have 40 hours. I'm done.
Yeah, very good, very good. What do you do, Sissy?
Medical billing.
Very good. Yes, I'm seeing that you would have the ability, but you said I'm seeing that you're going to be offered maybe a supervisory role, training up, something like that, but that you are just going to say no because you don't want the added responsibility.
Okay.
Now, I am hearing whenever I asked, okay, what is the main vibe of this reading, I'm hearing to let you know that your job is going to be safe. So I'm not sure if your company is being bought out, if they're changing, what's going on, but there is some maneuvering behind the scenes, but your job is going to be safe.
Okay.
And I'm also hearing that you could work more hours if you wanted. If you wanted overtime, they would allow it if you asked.
I don't know if I really want that.
I was again feeling you didn't want anything to do with more hours, more responsibility, none of that. But I was just going to throw it out there in case you're like, I could use the extra money. There
I
is.
could, but the stress, no. I've been 3 weeks going through some medical issues, and I'm hoping it was just medication related.
Not entirely.
Oh, great.
I'm hearing that it had a lot to do with it. And I said, well, what can she do to fix it? I'm seeing you getting you syncing up your life, getting your life in order.
Okay.
And sometimes it's more, not necessarily about, it's about how we deal with our stress more so than having stress, because you can't go through this life without stress, right?
Correct.
That is an impossibility. And anyone who's been on planet any length of time has figured that out.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. But I don't see that this health issues are going to become an ongoing life altering event.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Sissy.
Thank you, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Bye. That reminds me, for anyone who's interested, Dee and I don't know if anyone on here knows Dee. She pops on off and on. She's been my moderator off and on, but her and I are doing an event. It's a free event later in the month. I think on July 31st, I think it is, where we are going to be scanning people and then giving some intuitive guidance to them. I do have it limited. So if you go to register and it says that there, that it's that you're not available to register or you can't register, that is true. I am limiting how many people can be in there because no one wants to go to an event, even if it's free and there'll be like 200 people there and your chances of getting a reading are just so small. So I am limiting the number of people there, but on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium under events, and it's July 31st. So you have to go to Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, click on events, and then you have to register because it's a Zoom event. All right, I choose from people who are sharing my live to give a free reading to, or cards. Spirit-led is spirit-led. I'll do spirit-led late in a few minutes, but spirit-led is just whatever spirits step up. It's Jules. I'm about to request for you to go live. So here we go.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Good. Would you like a specific question answered or do you want a general read?
Yeah, a specific question. I have one on my mind that it won't go away.
All right. What is that?
I recently had some blood work and I've had kidney issues from an accident where I had kidney failure, but I really manifested my kidneys to work.
Okay.
In my blood work, I've been worried around 80s to 90% working, and my last week's my kidneys dropped to 75%. So I was wondering if maybe you could feel if that I did one change, and it was I started taking magnesium glycinate. So I'm wondering if that was possibly affecting my kidneys, or what do I need to do differently?
Okay, very good.
I'm afraid to go back on dialysis.
Oh, girl, I can't imagine. I know because I have, I'm on, as you know, have cancer. And so
Yeah.
some of the cancer drugs or cancer in general can start affecting, like it had been affecting my liver function. And you're like, oh, holy Toledo, what I need to do. Yeah. Okay. The first card that comes up is the Fool card, which is about new beginnings. So there is a new medication that's going to come your way that you're going to need to take. Not the one you just started taking. There's going to be another one. And I'm seeing a doctor writing a prescription. Have they offered you a prescription?
Yeah, I'm on what's called Renavite for kidneys. And then I was
Is there
wondering,
something new? because this is new. Like the Fool is a sign for something new, something you haven't had before.
No, he hasn't said anything about that.
Okay, I would ask, like, is there something else out there? Is there something new?
Okay.
Interesting. So as I was, sat with Spirit was giving me. So for those of you who read cards, or a lot of the information is intuitive, and so it might kick you off in the right direction, but I get so much information that's not even related to the cards. I would actually go see a new specialist too. There's
Okay.
not that your guy, you see a male doctor now.
Yep.
Yeah. Not that he's not good. There's just someone better out there.
Okay.
And I'm seeing to go see them. They're also a male, and you're going to get their name through word of mouth. Like you're going to be talking and someone's going to say, "Oh, have you heard of," I'm hearing a J associated with his name. I'm not sure if it's his first name or his last name, but I'm hearing a J associated with his name.
Okay.
You are going to be okay. After this, all these cards are positive. It's the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups. They're all about cups, which is love and support and good outcomes. So you are going to be okay.
Okay.
That magnesium, every time you say that word, or I'm saying that word to myself, I'm hearing no, stop taking that.
Really? To stop taking it, or?
Yes.
Okay, I did. So I felt intuitively, when I saw that blood work, the first thing that came in my head was that, actually.
Okay, very good. When you said it first off, I heard no, but I was listening to you talk and then I pulled the cards. I'd kind of forgotten about it, and Spirit said, don't forget to tell her no to that drug. So
Okay.
yes, that magnesium, stop taking it.
Okay.
Your kidneys are still very volatile.
Yeah.
They are always, I don't know for the rest of your life, but for a few years are going to be very finicky.
Okay.
And I'm hearing really watch what you're drinking and what they have to filter out.
Yeah, I've mostly been on water or like a diet lemonade. Like I've completely cut out soda and
Mhm.
and things like that, just because it scared me straight, right?
Well, it's just so painful when you have to evaluate every single thing that goes in your mouth, and you just can't, and you can't even say, okay, well, I'm going to have a cheat day or I'm going to do that. You just don't even have no, you can't do that.
Yeah, I can't, and I don't want to go backwards. I mean, when they had the wires in me for kidney dialysis, it was rough for me. My body is very like, I don't know, like it likes to reject everything, and then
Yes.
I've got one that's supposed to come out this year because I did have a pulmonary embolism with it. So it's like, I don't want to go backwards.
Right. It's very hard. You don't understand how important health is until it starts failing.
Yeah, and I'm a very large girl, and I've been losing weight, and I know that that's going to help my kidneys too, so I'm putting all the effort in, slowly but
Yes,
surely.
yes. No, and I'm hearing that all the cards said you were going to have a good outcome. I was just asking, what is it going to be to make this outcome happen?
Okay.
And that's when the Fool came up, which is about starting a new journey and making sure you keep your positive attitude up. Your positive attitude. What sign are you, Jules?
Aries.
Aries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that charging forward energy.
Yeah, it was interesting because when it happened from that, what they call a freak accident, they said, hey, listen, you're going to have to go on dialysis, or you're just not going to, survive. And I thought, well, hell, I just fought for my life, so I ended up doing dialysis. But, I told my brain, like I had to kept telling myself, I don't have kidney disease. I don't have kidney disease. And it's, the percentage of coming back from complete failure is very low. And within 2 weeks, I was off of dialysis after I changed my mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. Thank you, Jules.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I want to thank everyone who is sharing my live. I choose people that are sharing my live to do card readings for. And so Wander with Soul, you've been sharing my live like crazy. So here you go. I'm about to ask you to go live. Hi, Stella. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. For those of you who, it says Wander with Soul, but Stella is definitely in my community. She's in my Divine Collective. So I knew who it was. Now, Stella, do you want a specific question answered or do you want a general card read?
General, please.
All right, let's see what spirits are saying. I just say Stella's name until the cards say stop. Right there. It got tough. Let's see what it's saying here. All right, very good. We're starting out with the first card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. For everyone watching, Pentacles is about jobs or your physical walk on this planet. The first card is it's the Ace of Pentacles, which is really about having opportunities coming your way. You are going to be having some new opportunities coming your way, and I see them being a result of what you're doing right now. Like whatever you're doing right now, you're doing a really good job at it. You're working hard, and you're going to be grabbing the attention of people around you, and it's going to create new opportunities for you.
Okay.
Make sure that the next card is the Eight of Swords. You see how she is blindfolded. She's not seeing things clearly.
Mm-hmm.
This is about a restrictive mindset. So make sure you are, I don't know if you just heard the last reading, but it was perfect where she said, I just had to tell my body, I just kept telling my body, I don't have kidney disease. So you make sure if those negative thought circles start going, this is something I'm about to tell you is something I've been really teaching in my mentorships is if we have negative thought circles going, one thing leads to another thought, well, what if I don't ever, what if this doesn't happen? And we can just get in our head. Make sure you're changing that to following the energy. Like you get this negative thought circle going about, let's just say, I'm never going to get a new job. I'm never going to have an opportunity. I'm never going to make the money. Really? Is that so? Let's follow that energy. Where is that coming from? And follow where it's coming from so that you can stop it. The next card is the Page of Swords, which is really about a thirst for knowledge and new ways of communicating and just mental energy. Because it's following all these other cards, it's going to be the way you communicate in your job arena. And I'm asking, well, what does she need to do? What does Stella need to do in her job arena? I'm hearing to speak with confidence. I just want to really speak loudly and firmly.
Yeah.
And it's just because when you present with enough confidence, people start taking you more seriously. They start looking at you. They start listening to your ideas. So this is about taking that, you have the knowledge, you know what you're talking about. It's just feeling that confidence and speaking with confidence. You might have to defend some of your ideas because I'm feeling like, I'm not sure what you do, but I'm feeling like you're having some ideas on how to change some of the processes where you work.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to defend those ideas. Don't be discouraged because I'm hearing there are some people that you work with and you got to love these people. Well, this is the way we've always done it. This is the way we've always done it. Well, there's always a better way. But you're going to have to really voice your opinion and defend your new ideas to those people. But that is what is going to get you people to start seeing you in a new light in this job. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that absolutely makes sense. But this job was a temp job, and it's ending like next week. So I'm thinking about like maybe going back to an old job. I feel like that's where the negative thoughts come in, is because I don't want to necessarily like go backwards, but like right now, that's where I'm at.
All right, so let's sit with that for a moment. Okay, so does Stella need to go to her old job? I'm hearing no. I wanted that to be so because I feel like it would be easy in for you.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing no. Is there an opportunity that they might extend you at this job?
Yes, but like
I'm hearing there's going to be a break.
There's going to be a break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like there's going to be a break of them. I'm hearing 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we just did the card reading, you said September, like mid-September.
That was for a full-time position?
Um,
It was a different question.
that's true. Gotta be specific.
Yes,
Gotta
ma'am.
be specific. No, I really resonate with that. Speaking with more confidence, I'm working on it. I am.
You know, it's difficult, but with practice, the first few times you do it and you realize that you do know what you're talking about, which you do, that
Yeah,
is what's going to get your attention. And I'm hearing even in the job that you're in, you have found some new ways of doing it
yeah,
and
I
some
have.
better.
I'm creating different like recommendations I have for next year because this year was crazy. And like also that adds into my unsureness when there's not as much structure and like things aren't like there's no guidance. So I
Right.
like tried to create some for next year. So we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Stella.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And bye-bye. Okay, so now what Stella was talking about is we just got out of the Divine Collective. We do Divine Collective card reads, and today was our meetup for that. And so she was like, yes, but the information was different but there was a different question. So whenever you're asking questions, whenever you have to pay attention to what was the actual wording of the question, what were you asking? Because spirit can be very literal. When you ask questions, spirit can be very literal. All right, for those of you who are just joining here, for those, I choose people that are sharing my live to give card reads to. I'm about to ask Chloe Butler to go live. I'm going to request go live, choose, just accept the invitation, and then you can choose a question or you can have a general read, whatever you prefer. Hi,
Hi.
Chloe, how are you? Oh, she paused.
Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes. Would you like a question answered or do you want a general read?
General.
Okay, very good. So for those of you who are familiar with cards, you just say right there, that's that. Until the energy gets sticky, you say people's name. All right. You have a lot going on in your life right now. The energy is all over the place. Like usually you'll see a theme of relationships or work, or yours is all over the place. We're starting out with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is really about following your heart, new relationships, or if there's an old relationship, like a new beginning to that relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's funny that I added that new beginning to that relationship because I don't always do that. So that tells me there's a relationship that you're trying to rekindle or that you're trying to just infuse some energy into it. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay, very good. The next card is the Knight or the King of Wands, which is about overcoming challenges. So there are some challenges to infusing energy into this relationship that seem almost insurmountable. And they're not. You're just going to have to really bring in a lot of forgiveness and move away from like releasing a lot of baggage.
Yeah,
Does that make sense to you?
that does.
And I'm just reading into this energy it's hard. Like the position that you're in, the amount of forgiveness that you're going to have to come up with is, it's not for the faint of heart. I just want to tell you.
Yeah.
But we're ending with the Ten of Pentacles. If you do that, so this tells a story. If you just work through this relationship, you really transition and release some of that old baggage, we're ending on the Nine of Pentacles, which is really a positive card. It is one about abundance and self-sufficiency and being financially independent. It is one that, and I see you like just scraping your life back together, which tells me you've been through a time where it felt like your life was a little bit scattered, like there were some things that were really out of your control.
Yeah, yep.
That really pelted you and you felt like it's almost like a bomb went off. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing you standing there for a moment, like, when something has hit you and you can't even move for a moment because you just really have to wrap your brain around what just happened.
Yeah.
Um, but if you, and I'm seeing you slowly just picking things back up, incorporating, I was like, okay, let me get my head around this. Let me come back to who I am. Let me release that baggage. Let me bring through some forgiveness. It's going to be very positive in the end.
Okay.
I do want to just personally tell you that I'm really sorry for the position that you're in because I know it doesn't sound like it as I'm reading these cards, but for everyone watching, Chloe's about to have to dig deep and come up with a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Where you're coming from and where you're being called to go is not for the faint of heart. And I'm telling you now that very few people would be able to accomplish what you're being called to accomplish.
Wow.
So I want you to give yourself some slack and also some grace on this journey that you're in the middle of, because there are going to be days where you misstep and you feel like you can't do it, but I do want you to know that you can. You have a ton of strength in you.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Chloe. All right. So I know that a lot of, I know, right, Brittany? Thank you, Brittany, for telling her that. So I don't know if you see that, Chloe, but Brittany's like, you got this, Chloe. So some of you, y'all probably don't hear me talk like that often, but as I'm reading, oh, thank you, baby love. My contacts were giving me grief today, so I had to go scrounge up my glasses. So I feel the energy instead of just reading the cards. Like I can feel the energy behind that, and Chloe's in a position right now. I mean, not all of us have been there, but I certainly have, and it is not for the faint of heart. All right. We are going to do some spirit led. Are y'all ready for some spirit led? I don't know what my husband is doing. He came home from work and he's making all kinds of noise. I hear doors shutting and rumbling down in the garage. So if y'all hear some background noise, I don't know what. I don't. It's spirit. Oh, Danny, that's funny. Spin the spirit wheel. Yes, let's do this. All right. Hello, Carla. Hi. All right. The first gentleman stepping up. What? I'm hearing Caleb around him. So we have a gentleman here. He has a dad energy to him. And I'm hearing this CA name. I wanted to say Caleb, but it's a dad energy. I'm hearing this CA name to him. He's showing me that I just want to do my hair like this. So he wasn't your classic, I don't know if it's a classic, but most of the guys, I'm just thinking about most of the guys I know, but my husband's military, so we have a lot of military people around us, and they all have, very short haircuts. My other son-in-law, he's not military, he has short hair anyway. But anyway, this guy was very proud of his hair. He is showing me that he was someone who worked with his hands. He's showing me there's calluses on his hands. So he worked with his hands. He's a thin guy. He's showing me that he was very thin in stature, but had a beautiful smile. Like his smile was very charming. He's also showing me that he liked the ladies. He was a big flirt. He has shown me this a couple of times, and I wasn't sure what he was showing me, so I ignored it, but now he's shown it in more clarity. He wore work boots a lot, but he was kind of sloppy with his work boots. It's not like they were on and, buckled up or laced up real good. He shows me just cramming his feet in these work boots. Looks like there was cement on these work boots. So he definitely did something with cement, because he's showing me there is cement on these work boots. Okay, I'm going to recap what I have just said. If he is yours, please put a yes in the comments, or mine, or something like, just identify that he is your spirit. So we have a male spirit stepping up. I'm seeing the CA name off of him, like Caleb. But I'm hearing like this CA name. He had a lot of hair. Like I'm seeing that he really took a lot of pride in his hair. He had a job where he worked with his hands. Well, sounds like my spirit, but that's it. All right, Liz, I will okay, might be mine. Okay, Chloe says it might be hers. I was sitting with Liz, like, is this Liz? Because part of it fit her. Okay, let me finish. Calluses on his head. He's showing me he's thin. He had a beautiful smile and he was a flirt. He wore work boots a lot, but he wasn't real. He didn't like lace them up. I see him just cramming his feet in these work boots and they are worn. I'm seeing cement on these work boots, cement or gray mud, but these work boots are definitely, all right. Looks like we're with Chloe here. Because of the work boots or the hair. Okay, very good. So that's the way it works. I love that the Liz says, yeah, no, these two things don't match, so not mine. So it looks like we're with Chloe. I just gave Chloe. I'm not surprised that this spirit belongs to Chloe because Chloe was the last card read I gave before I switched over to Spirit Led. And I could feel, I was talking to Chloe and I could feel these spirits starting to come up. And that's when I was like, oh, we're going to do Spirit Led next. So I'm not surprised that Chloe is saying like it's hers. Is this your dad or on your dad's side of the family?
So he was my older brother, I think. He was like a dad figure.
Very good. Yes, yes. So I don't know if you noticed, the first time I identified him, I said, we have a gentleman here. It's a dad energy. But then I didn't say that again because I was like, you know what? He doesn't completely feel like a dad, but he has that very protective dad energy to him.
Yes, yes.
This gentleman is showing me that his life was rough. And some of it was his own doings.
Yeah.
Some of the choices that he made, and he is admitting that. But also, he had this dichotomy to his personality where part of him, yes, he's making these stupid choices, and you're like, what the hell are you thinking, dude? But then there's another part of him that was very wise and sweet and protective. And if he could have resided in that energy at all times, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He is showing me that. Very good. So for those of you watching, I had just given Chloe, and I was like, out of all the card reads I've given today, it's like my heart was really going out to you because I could just see what you're being called to do. And Caleb is here to reiterate, like he's taking that card read and moving on with it, saying that sometimes you don't realize your own strength. And he's showing me you giving your strength away a little bit at a time. Sometimes we're in relationships, we give ourselves away or our strength away, our power away a little bit at a time. And we don't realize we've done it until you're like, wait a minute, what just happened here?
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that's where you are. Now, you have children, Chloe?
I do.
You have two?
I have one.
Did you have a miscarriage or an abortion?
Not that I know of, no.
He is definitely showing me two children.
My other brother, which would be also his brother, has two little girls as well.
Okay, let's see if he's talking about him. Okay, so your other brother, the one that has two little girls,
Mm-hmm.
has he been going through a time of it? Has he been like going through a relationship issue?
Yes. Okay,
so this brother is saying that brother, like, he chose wrong. I know that sounds terrible. But your brother is very much saying that your other, he chose wrong. He's like, and he knew it was wrong from the beginning. He just kept feeling like that if he tried hard enough, it was going to be okay.
Yeah, yep.
But he's saying, no, dude, it's time to move on. But your other brother that has the two little girls, he's a really good dad. And he's been really trying hard. And he's like, it's time, your brother in spirit is saying it's time to cut his losses.
Yeah.
Now, for you, Chloe, very good. Have you been is there a relationship issue around you is that what all this energy is about?
It could be, yeah.
So when you said it could be, your brother in spirit was like, could be, like, who's she kidding? It is totally about a relationship. He's saying that I'm not seeing you throwing the towel in on that relationship, but I'm certainly seeing you standing in your power and really starting to voice your opinion.
That is 100% correct.
It's not really, sometimes it's not fun. Like sometimes we just don't want to be bothered. Like it's so much trouble to constantly, but this relationship that he's talking about is with someone who you can never give an inch to. If you give an inch, they're going to take a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And when you choose to be in a relationship like that with someone that has that kind of personality, it's not for the faint of heart because you always have to be on your toes. You always have to be, this is the line in the sand. This is the line in the sand. What are you doing? This is the line in the sand. You can do that. You do have the power to do that. You're actually being called to find your power in that space. And your brother in spirit is also telling me that he sends you the butterflies. They look like the white butterflies. I'm not sure if that's a butterfly or a moth, but the white butterfly thing. So when
Every time I see a butterfly, I think of him.
that is why. So now this is for everyone watching because I said, oh, he sends you the butterflies. And she says, oh, every time I see butterflies, I think of him. So for everyone out there, when you have something that you see, like you hear a certain, or you smell something, it makes you think of someone, or your phone flickers and it makes you think of someone, that is that spirit tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, that's me, that's me. So your brother wants you to know, that's the one in spirit wants you to know. Also think outside the box whenever you see a butterfly on a shirt or you see it on a picture, that is also him bringing that into your awareness.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you so much.
Of course. All right. I want to thank everyone who is here liking and sharing my live and hanging out with us. We're currently doing Spirit Led. Spirit Led is where I describe a spirit stepping up and then you claim them. So that was Chloe's older brother. Right, Danny? You did really need to hear that. Okay. This next spirit stepping up has a mom energy to him. So think of someone that has this mom energy to them. I'm hearing a name like Isabel. Hello, Miss Hera. Here, just a minute. Miss Hera came to visit, but she has some goo on her face, so she also is breathing her hot breath. You want to say hi to Miss Hera? Here's Miss Hera. Hi, Harris. Goodbye, Miss Harris. She decided to leave us. All right. So we have this mom energy stepping up. I'm hearing the name Isabel around her. I know, right? Oh, no, here's Odin. Odin came to say hi. So let's say hi to Odin. Hi, Odin. I know. Yeah, I can tell it's Odin because he's trying to eat my face, right? Odin. Odin. Hey, Odin. Everyone saying hi to you. You don't want to say hi, Odin? Oh, he got his little toy. I was wondering what he was going back for. He loves those little, he is so big. He had to get his toy. He dropped, oh, there, now he's back because he saved his toy. He didn't want his sister to get the toy. Odin is very big. Odin is 185 pounds. His sister is 145 pounds. So Odin is a big boy, but he doesn't realize it. He thinks he's just a little puppy. He does. All right. I know, Odin. I know. We love you. Everyone loves you. All right. So we have this. Oh, a great. Is that like a pride? Is that like a Pyrenees? A great Pyrenees. Thank you for being here, Alyssa. I was live just the other day. I've been trying to put out a schedule, and I will put out a schedule. You know, I'll try to be better about that. I was just popping on. Okay, so we have mom energy. I'm hearing this, Isabel. This lady loved dogs. So it's not unusual for my dogs to come up when I have a spirit step up that loves dogs. This lady loved dogs. I'm hearing that she loved dogs more than she loved humans. And she was always collecting, I want to say strays, but it's not just animals. Like she would adopt people. She would collect, she just had this energy about her that she just had a big heart, and you'd take in animals, she'd take in people. She just always was trying to fix people and help people. that being said, she didn't do a good job. She does, well, I was about to say Baby Love. She reminds me now that, because Baby Love sounds like me, I instantly hit Baby Love's energy. I was like, oh, is that, um, do I ever get spirit? Okay, so Big Trippy said, do I ever get animals for spirit led? The only time I do animals for spirit led is when they come up with someone, just because people typically want to hear from their loved ones. I do free Zoom meetings where I do nothing but animals. That's usually animal communication though. So yeah, if you want to hear from an animal specifically, I usually only do those when people book appointments with me, because I don't know, people tend to want to hear from their humans more. Okay, so this lady, though she was able to, she adopted strays, she always wanted to help the animals. She's the one that there would be a squirrel hurt and she's trying to, yeah, I have brought through a few pups. Every once in a while I will do a pup. But she couldn't help herself. This lady was someone who had a string of relationships where she wasn't treated the best. She was a smoker, and you could tell. Like she is showing me, some people you can just tell just from their skin texture that they are smokers. And this lady, you could tell that she was a smoker. She is showing me that she never had a job where she made a lot of money. But if she had it, she was going to share it. Yes. Was a man in a car looking up at me, driving past my house, linked to my second. Oh, she's asking a psychic question. I thought it had to do with my reading. Okay, so I have this mom energy. I'm hearing an Isabel energy around her. I'm not necessarily feeling it's her name. It's a name of someone connected to her. She loved dogs. Like she just loved animals in general. She loved trying to save people. But in that regard, she also was trying to save people in relationships. And so she was someone who, Okay, Ariel, did your aunt have an Isabel name around her? Okay, looks like we might be with Rebecca here. Rebecca said that she can take it. All right, Rebecca, I'm about to ask you to go live. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
So who is this to you?
Well, it would be my mom, but I missed the very beginning. But then I heard when you do the recap, the only thing I can't place is the Isabel name.
Okay.
So maybe it might not be, but that was the only everything else I took, and then I just missed the very beginning, and then you did the recap. But
Okay,
I
very
don't think
good.
I can take the Isabel.
I want Rebecca to just a second. I want Ariel to stay around. Okay. So I just started looking. So I think actually the spirit I had, Rebecca, was for Ariel. But when you popped up, I was like, okay, can I just have the spirit that Rebecca wants? And so let me give some more information about your mom energy. Your mom energy is showing me that something about fingernail polish. She either like to have her nails polished or you like to have your nails polished all the time.
I keep mine polished, but there is something very significant with nail polish as well.
Okay, very good. So what happened is, I think I'm actually with Ariel, but when Rebecca popped up and she says, oh, I can't take the Isabel. I was like, oh, give me Rebecca's spirit. Where is she? And so she popped up right away. I said, give me some identifying information. And so she kept showing it. I kept seeing nails. Also, I just want to do this with my hair. So your mom was someone who would like do her hair like this. Do you remember her doing her hair like this? Like I just want to,
yeah.
I just want to mess with my hair.
Yes.
Okay, so I just needed to make sure I had enough identifying information to make sure we were with your mom. So your mom is actually saying that she had been just now, you almost didn't say anything. Then all of a sudden you were almost typing something before you realized you were typing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything because I missed the beginning, but then when you started saying more, I'm like, I gotta say something.
Right. I'm just hearing and that was your mom pushing you to have this overwhelming urge to do so. There is something about someone has recently had a birthday. They either recently had a birthday or there's a birthday coming up. and your mom wants to acknowledge that birthday. Do you know whose
Mine
birthday?
was yesterday.
Oh, very good. And so then it's your birthday. I was like, I'm feeling it's right here. It's either just happened or it's just coming up. So that would make sense because it was yesterday. Your mom is also saying that, oh, very good. I was like, I'm hearing she sent you the rose, but I was like, am I hearing this wrong? Because I see her name is Rebecca Rose. Your mom sent you a rose yesterday, but she's saying think outside the box. Did you notice popping on to one of the social medias and seeing a rose? Was something about a rose that happened yesterday that was unusual? Do you know what she's talking about?
Off the top of my head, not that I can think of.
Sit with that. And think through your day. Like I'm just seeing a rose coming. I mean, it's not a live rose. I'm not seeing someone handing you a rose. I'm seeing it more of being a picture or something on social media. I'm just seeing a rose that is imprinted. Your mom is saying that, your mom was not always and these are her words, not mine. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think you're going to have issues with them. Is she saying that she wasn't always the best mom? And
She would say that, but I would say otherwise. Yeah.
Very good. I was going to say, I knew you were going to argue with it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to deliver this message. This is from your mom. But she says, she reminds me of, I say a lot, my kids turned out good in spite of me, not because of me. And that's what your mom is referencing, that she just made so many mistakes, she felt like, but you always saw her heart, which was love. She had a very loving heart, and there was always love, intention, even though she wasn't always able to deliver. Now you work, Rebecca?
Yeah, I'm on break right now. I'm just popping in.
Very
Scrolling through
good.
while I was on my break.
Your mom is saying that it's almost time for you to switch jobs. So have you been feeling that?
Yes, even like if it's just the position at my work, like I need to get out of the department I'm in, I feel.
I agree. And I didn't say go, I said switch jobs. So it's not, I don't see you leaving companies. I see you hopping to another desk. And so when spirit shows me, like clairvoyantly, I saw you hopping from this desk to right over there. That means you're just switching jobs. You're not switching companies, you're switching jobs.
Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about that.
She is saying that you've just kind of worn out the opportunities in your area to move forward. And some of that has to do with some of the people you're working with. And she says it's time for you to move over. There is someone you work with who is just like an energy drain.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, yes.
And it's hard to and I see you, your mom shows me you're in the parking lot. It's almost like you're giving yourself a pep talk.
Every morning.
Yeah, your mom is showing me that. And she said, it shouldn't be that difficult, that you have a beautiful spirit about you. You have great energy, and that it's time for you to just get away from that. It's the job that you're in isn't terrible. It isn't bad. It's just there's a job that you would be happier in.
It's just not for me. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah.
Yes. Your mom is also telling me that you are very clairaudient, which is clear hearing. And when I was saying, oh, I'm hearing, that is clairaudience. That means spirit is dropping something in my head. And sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Is that a thought or am I hearing it? But either way, you are very clairaudient. Your mom is very in tune to you. So pay attention whenever you have thoughts drop in that are unrelated to what you're working on. Like, let's just say you're working, then all of a sudden you start thinking about something completely unrelated. That's how spirit gets information to us.
Yeah.
So pay attention. Your mom is very in tune to you, and she is thanking you for choosing her. So that's making reference to when we're on the other side and we're making our plan to come on the planet, we have some say in who our parents are going to be. And your mom is saying thank you for choosing her, that she couldn't have asked for a better daughter.
And ever since she's been gone, I always say I wouldn't have chose another mom even if I could. She was the best thing I could have chosen. So that makes sense.
I'm getting chills. So I love whenever like spirits confirm, yes, I absolutely have her, because she just reiterated to you something that you say all the time. So that's a sign not only that I have your mom, also that she is around you and she hears what you say.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Rebecca. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye. All right. So, I love when spirit does that. It's a form of channeling, is what that's called. Whenever spirit gives me words to say that they either used to say or my client says, it's a form of channeling, is what that's called. Okay. So now is Ariel still here? Miss Ariel. Okay. Yeah, there you are. Oh, no, I just missed you. Yes. Okay. I'm about to ask you to go live. All right, Miss Ariel, here you go. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good. Now, when I was talking about earlier, you said that was it your mom, the energy that I had?
So she was a mom, but it was my aunt. But when you started mentioning about the dogs, and even when the dogs came into the frame, I was like, and they're like big and black. She had a big black dog.
Would she have a
And
lab or a lab
I
mix?
don't know what it was. I know she definitely had a lab within her lifetime. She took on so many different dogs, and they were a lot of seniors, so a lot of them did pass. But I remember growing up and like always going over there. She had a different dog.
Yes. And she has that mom energy, like even stepping in, because now I'm bringing her back up. She was kind of off to the side while I was reading this other lady. And so now I'm bringing her back up. And either her coming in, like I feel mommed by her.
Yeah.
But she just had that mom energy that everyone that came around her felt that love and comfort. And you weren't going to be judged by her. You just knew that you could say anything to her and she was going to understand it.
Yeah, even just for the like how I was raised, I didn't get to see her a lot like growing up just because I grew up in the system. So like later on in life, the way that she approached like trying to, have a relationship with me again gave very mom like, she just kind of wanted to protect me, and she didn't know that what I was going through to the extent of like what happened. So I think she also had that.
Okay, so say, well, before you say anything, because she is saying something about that, I didn't. So once
Yeah.
my client says something, I can't then use it from the spirit. So I was stopping
Yeah.
you because I didn't want you to say anything that
Sorry. But
No,
that's why I was like, it's a mom like figure in my
Yes, I
life.
didn't want to interrupt you and be rude, but I was like, okay, no, now you got to stop. Because she's
Sorry.
no, she is saying that she was very intuitive and she kind of had an idea of what you were going through. Also, she's apologizing because she is saying for all these strays that she was able to take in, she wasn't able to step up for you. And she was very regretful of them.
Yeah.
She's also letting me know that she's okay. I kind of take a little bit of exception when people say this in general, but she's saying bear with me because how she started out was it's turned you into the person you say today. I don't like it when spirits start out with that, and she's saying some more, but I want to tell everyone why I don't like that is because I don't want people to excuse their inability to be a good person by saying, well, you're a good person now, or you turned out good because my thought is I'm a very smart person. I could have turned out good having a good childhood too. Right? But she is saying that you are so strong. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't ever take any crap off of anyone. She's showing me that sometimes you don't always speak up for yourself right away, that there is a little bit of confidence lacking in that arena because you second guess yourself. I asked why, and she said because you've been gaslit in so many of your relationships. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. I think too, it's like the more that you accept that type of love from somebody, the more you're just like, okay, I'll just shut up and, just keep moving on. Cause I feel like if it's happened in every relationship, that's what the standard is.
Absolutely. So now Ariel, I just have to give you a hand because so few people will admit that.
Yeah.
And so you have now recognized the pattern, and that's part of the power. It's like once you recognize that pattern, that's when you become powerful within that because you've recognized it. So now like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah.
And what I'm also hearing is that though you recognize the power, there were a couple of times where you thought you had changed it because it wasn't as bad, but then you recognize, oh, this is the same pattern, just not as bad, but it's the same pattern.
Yep. Like, just because it's not to the extent of what it was the last time doesn't mean that it's still the same
So, Ariel,
behavior.
just looking, hearing your voice and seeing your picture, you're young, or you look young. You
Yeah, I'm
sound-
26, so I wish I was still. I mean, I'm guess I'm in between.
I would say that's young, because I was going to say the power that I'm just so proud of you, because that's so powerful where you are. I mentor women who are much older than that and are just now understanding their ability to be able to change the course of their life. For you to be 26, that is still very young. You have so much life ahead of you for you to have recognized that pattern.
That's something I tell myself literally every day, and I think I use that as a reason to, like, okay, I'm going through a battle right now, but like, I'm young, I have a lot more life to live. This is not forever. My situation isn't forever. And I think like telling yourself that every day and like having that mindset kind of pushes you in the direction of what you want your life to be when you're older. So that's how I see it.
No, that is, I see so many. So I heard you say that you grew up in the system, and this lady is now coming up and bringing me back to that. And she is saying that, which is true. My undergrad work is in child development, so I have some like social work background to me. And people that can come out of those situations and have their head on straight the way you do, I just am so proud of them. People that have never been in the system and don't understand what those kids go through have no idea the power it takes to change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, and just how fast their minds have to develop.
Yes.
I feel like, I mean, I had to be a mother at 8 years old.
Yes.
Sorry for the background noise.
No, you have to you have to you have to parent yourself. You have to protect yourself. There's no one there to do it for you. Also, she is saying, don't be afraid to ask for help. And when I asked, what are you talking about? She showed me the same thing 3 times because I wasn't sure I wanted to mention it. But she is showing me social services, like basically you going back to school. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of education. Did you not finish your education?
I went through 4 years of college and I never graduated just because COVID, going online, and I couldn't handle that type of classwork versus like going in person.
Very good.
But it actually has been on my mind recently. Even my partner is like going through the works of getting back into school. So it's been heavy on my mind lately to go back and, find somewhere to land, because right now I just stay at home. So it's like a battle of like, I feel like I'm just being stagnant right now. Like I need to find something to do.
Definitely showing me you going back to school, and and instantly, I understand. I have a master's degree. I understand how expensive college is. I understand how hard it is. No one ever, I always laugh because people, say, well, I can't do that. But no one walks into school and says, yes, please let me write that 10-page paper. I can't wait to see that happen. No, but the piece of paper at the end is worth the battle up front. And whenever I'm saying she's showing me social services, what she is showing me is you getting help, because you're in a position where you could go and apply for grants.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing loans, though you might need a small
Well,
one.
no, there's so much money into the system, and especially because I aged out, there's specific grants and scholarships designated for people that experience foster care. So, and that's what got me through the first 4 years. I just couldn't. I just knew I was wasting money from, this government that gives us money to go to school.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wasn't doing the best in my own. I was young. I wasn't going to Zoom classes. Like that's what it was. I was trying to be professional with it, but that's just what it was. And so I was like, let me just drop out, and when the time is right and I'm ready, I will, return. But I didn't want to keep wasting money that wasn't mine to waste. You know what I mean? And that's how I kind of saw it.
Well, and that also says what kind of person you are, like that integrity. So few people have that integrity. And I know because I taught a lot of classes online, and it's a whole different ballgame when you're going online. Though I feel like right now, Ariel, you would be able to handle it more than you were before because you're much more mature.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
she is showing me your aunt is showing me you taking, like she's showing me all of your classes and you lumping them together. And I see you going to a counselor and seeing, okay, what am I close to graduating in? And there's going to be several things that are open to you that you're going to be able to graduate in. So make sure that you
Yeah, I
are
did a
doing-
communication. I was working towards a communication degree, so a lot of those credits kind of go towards a lot of different majors.
Yeah, I'm
So
not saying
that's exactly
communication
right.
for you right now.
No, I would not go back for communication, but I'm just saying that's what most of my
Right.
credits that I have still that I could like transfer or something would
I'm
be
actually
in.
seeing a couple of different things that you would be good at. And I know at first I want you to just sit with them and I want you to allow spirit to work and bring those back around to your life, because what I'm about to tell you, I know that you're going to say, I don't know. So I'm going to tell you what spirit is telling me, and then you sit with it and allow them to bring it to you in another way also.
Yeah.
I'm seeing social work. I'm seeing, and I'm also seeing teaching.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that.
I'm actually seeing you teaching elementary, because I tried to see you in middle school and high school, and I see you starting out with elementary. You're really good with kids.
Yeah, and I've actually looked into that before recently just because, you know, my daughter's about to go into like school and stuff. I'm like, what's the best way that I can still be near her but also working at the same time?
Yeah,
And
very
teaching
good.
was like one of the best things that, you know, I looked into.
And you're actually pretty close. I'm hearing another couple of semesters, and you would be able to graduate.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. All right. I want to thank everyone who has joined my live today. I appreciate y'all. I will be putting out a schedule, I don't know, the next few days to go live, I don't know, next week or probably next week. Also, Dee and I are doing a free event on July 31st. You do have to register on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. You click on events, and it is where you can come, and we're going to be scanning people to kind of give them some health updates. It's not a medical reading, but we're going to say, okay, you know, we're seeing this, we're seeing that. And you do have to go to my website and register because it's via Zoom. So you register to get the Zoom event. If you go to register and it says that it's full, it is. I have it capped because no one wants to go to an event, even if it's free, and there'll be like 200 people there, and you know you don't have hardly a chance of getting a reading. So I do have it capped at much lower than that. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me today, and I hope everyone has a great, what is today? Thursday.